Secretly behind closed doors, their marriage has fallen apart, but they don't want to admit to everyone that that is what happened. Then they believe that they have to stay together just for the culture.
You better go somewhere and beat your meat.
This is the case of Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert, and today we're going to be dissecting their divorce and what we know so far as the documents have leaked. Teyana and Iman were one of the hottest and well-liked couples in Hollywood, but behind closed doors, and now that Teyana has filed for divorce, we're finally getting a peek behind the curtain and the mess that was their marriage. Behind those doors are now a history of cheating, narcissism, jealousy, and a marriage that didn't ever seem to be healthy from the beginning, even though that is the fantasy that they presented to us.
Okay, let's move on.
So all of this drama really started on September 17th, 2023 on Instagram when Teyana Taylor announced her split from Iman, and it was a shock to most people. Mind you, the couple had almost always just presented online as the fantasy that is a famous Hollywood couple, especially one in Black culture. But one thing that she definitely made sure to announce was that this was not because of infidelity and that the pair would continue to be business partners and he would continue to be her best friend. However, since then, I don't really think that's the case anymore when you consider Iman's response to this announcement and the leaked divorce information. As the divorce documents were secretly leaked detailing the reason for their divorce, there was one thing that most people, including Iman and his lawyers, noticed, and that was when Teyana's lawyers filed the documents back in January, they used initials in order to keep the filing private. So as Iman and his lawyers found out this information that she had filed the divorce sort of secretly using these initials for their names, he then took the petty move and as a response had his lawyers file an addendum to the record in order to unprivatize their information and their names. Instead, the names on the document would be their full names, and this is how TMZ was able to obtain the divorce information. In the divorce documents, she details many instances of Iman's jealousy towards her and her career. Even during times when he was signed with $10-40 million contracts, making more money than she ever would making music, no shade. It seemed like he didn't like that she was still the bigger star. At events, he didn't like when he was asked to move out the way so she could get solo pictures of herself. She put her acting and music projects aside at certain points because of his jealousy. The vibe was very much so, you're a star and I'm a star and we are on the same level because we are in a marriage, we have a union together.
Please, I'm a star!
And I'm going to make sure to keep you in your place. She detailed, for example, how he would pick fights with her and send manipulative messages during special occasions like on her birthday while she was in the spotlight, only for him to then apologize later on. Teyana also mentioned how she started the divorce proceedings back in 2021, only to have her legal team withdraw the papers shortly after. But it was during this time that the mental abuse picked up as Iman's career started to wind down. After Teyana said that she filed in January of 2023 this year, she said that Iman tried to get back together with her, but his efforts were very temporary and short-lived, and he was also involved in another cheating scandal afterwards.
As a basketball player, I always know how to score points.
That's when she decided to say fuck it and just go through with the divorce. As a final sort of detail, he left their family home in October and hasn't spent significant time with their two children since then. She's requesting temporary and permanent primary physical custody, plus joint legal custody and child support. So how do you guys feel about this divorce and what we've learned so far in these documents? It's really hard to pick a side during these divorce battles, especially as we find out information on each side. But honestly, when I hear stories like these coming from Teyana, I just think to myself, is money and the image that you're portraying to everyone for the culture worth it? Is it worth having a perceived level of family and success and having it all? Is it really worth it? And we are finding out as normal human beings, 9 times out of 10, it's not. The divorce will happen. The marriage will end. It does not matter how big you are. Something tells me that they could have continued to easily live apart, separate, just keep up the image of being married just for the optics. But we know with men, especially famous, wealthy men, they're going to slip up. People are going to extort them for money. And in the long run, the optics are just terrible for women in these cases because you are going to have to explain why you're married to someone who is being unfaithful to you, especially when you have said time and time again that you do not have an open marriage. In the long run, I'm glad that she decided to pull the trigger on the divorce, even though I feel for the kids. Drop down in the comments below and let me know what you guys think, and I will be talking to you guys very, very soon. Bye, guys.